My friend Doug Burgess had a party for his 60th birthday. Tom Keifer played. It was a private event. It was at like a convention center room there in Tulsa, and it was a real nice room. And Doug pulled out all the stops and got to sit and talk and spend time with Tom Keifer and all of his band members, all wonderful people. And we had lunch and dinner and talked, and then they played. And we bought out a cake for Doug at the end, and we just had a great time. There was a couple hundred people in the room, and Tom and his band sounding amazing as usual. And, you know, I think about when I watch a guy like Tom Keifer, and one of the things that enrages me beyond belief among so many about this acceptance, quote unquote, of seeming acceptance from some fans and promoters and what have you, about artists blatantly using tracks for live, quote unquote, live performances, which you know is a huge, huge issue for me. And one of the biggest reasons I think about, beyond fans just being duped and how it strips anything from being a real live show and it's fake and, you know, endless list of things that are just beyond offensive to me about it. But here's the other. When I go watch a guy like Tom Keifer, who I see quite a bit when he tours, Tom and I are on a lot of the same events, and I think about what Tom Keifer has gone through with his voice. If you guys don't know about it, look it up, read about it. Tom Keifer lost his career for years because of vocal issues. For years, he couldn't tour, couldn't make a living singing because he lost his voice. It wasn't, you know, he wasn't anywhere near where he needed to be. He had major issues. And he spent years dealing with it and figuring it out and getting help and getting medical attention and relearning things and doing whatever he had to do to actually get his voice back so that he could go out and sing and play, have it sound good without any sort of bullshit going on stage. And that's exactly what he does. The guy is unbelievable. And he is proudly 100% live. So can you think about that for a second? Like, can you think of these artists and this, you know, the blatant nonstop tracks, whether it's instruments or vocals or lead vocals and stuff that seemingly just people just accept. Can you imagine you're an artist like Tom Keifer and you're seeing that go on? Like, how easy would it have been for him to just say, you know what? Yeah, I know I can't sing like that anymore. So just run a track under me and I'll do my best. I mean, what? Insane, right? But no, because lots of artists are doing it. But the people that put the work in, the people who take such pride in their craft, the people that will not go out and compromise their audience or dupe their audience or tell their audience, yeah, give me money, you know, for your live show, but I'm going to really just be singing to a record. I mean, it's so much respect for someone like Tom and just intensifies my disbelief of the acceptance of people just like faking it. It's incredible when you think about it. And there's a story that's going to tie in with this that I'm going to get to in a second that also came out over the weekend. But to, you know, Tom and his band, tremendous performance. It was just a couple shows that they did. You know, they played like 3/4 Cinderella songs, a couple songs from his past catalog of last two records. Told me he's working on thinking about doing some new music here and there, maybe some tour dates again later in the year. But this was just a special private show that he did. And he actually did a public show on Friday night at Graceland that he was telling me about, that there's a cool venue there. So these were just a couple one-off shows, but maybe more. I would absolutely keep an eye open and ears open for announcement of, more dates with this fantastic band that he has somewhere down the line. And look, I know we had Fred Corey on a week ago, and I know there are people that are still holding out hope for some sort of Cinderella reunion, and who knows if that ever happens. But I am telling you guys, if you want to hear Cinderella songs, and look, I'm not trying to say I wouldn't love to see Fred up there and Eric and what have you, but if you want to hear Cinderella songs done by the guy that wrote them, sang them, and played most of the guitars on them, go see Tom. 3/4 of the set was Cinderella. Tom was telling me, too, was interesting that as far as the Cinderella catalog, the number one most listened to, streamed, biggest song in their entire catalog is the power ballad, Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone, followed by Nobody's Fool, which really surprised me because I thought it might have been something like Shake Me or Gypsy Road. But those were the top two. Shake Me was up there, but those were the top two, which I thought was interesting. Those crossover power ballads back in the day, they're still the gift that keeps giving. So anyway, it was great to see Tom. Let me hit you with some other news now here at the top. And Ronnie, I talked about this yesterday.
The reason I called was I went to a show the other night, Eddie, up at the Chance in Poughkeepsie, and I got a chance to catch Seven Dust again. I don't know any songs that they've written. I've seen them like 3 or 4 times. My girlfriend's a big fan. But I got to tell you, Ed, every time I see them, they kick ass. And Lee John kills it every single day. And I would say for the $31 or $34 I paid for the tickets, fees included, for anybody in your audience, if they got a chance to get out, it well worth the price of the ticket.
How did they do attendance-wise? Was there a good amount of people there?
Packed house, Eddie. You've been up in the Chance before. I had the center balcony